So this creates not only one angel, but two angels. And this will create another. Not to mention the increased chip damage, which is cool. No attacks. Oh, here's another angel. And now here's 2 damage. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We have an upgrade to one of my most popular decks as of late. Orzhov Enchantments, black and white, mid-range, focused around Hallowed Haunting. We have really cool enchantments within the Alchemy update. Faithful Disciple, Sanguine Brushstroke are absolute bombs, including them into the deck, and shifting this deck to, you know, it may be competitive to, you guys might want to do something about this. This is getting out of hand, and this is thanks to the new draft mechanic. We're really taking advantage of this. We also take advantage of Seek, which is quite nice, and even Perpetuate, or Perpetual, whichever the mechanic is called. But these 3 new alchemy mechanics are incredibly powerful, and we're gonna try to showcase exactly why that is in today's video. Breaking down not only that, but the deck list, the strategies, the synergies, showcasing it all in the gameplay footage, and then wrapping up with our final thoughts and deck review. Make sure to like the channel to show your support, subscribe to the channel as well so you don't miss out on great content just like this in the future. Let's take a look at the deck. Alrighty, here we have the Fallen One, and you know, the Blood Artist is an absolute house. We had a fairly successful chip damage deck before the Blood Artist, just by utilizing the Meat Hook. Of course, if you're unfamiliar, the Blood Artist is brought into play through Sanguine Brushstroke for 3 mana and enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, create a blood token and conjure a card named Blood Artist into the battlefield. Whenever you sacrifice a blood token, opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. The conjure mechanic is insane. We're going to talk about each of the new mechanics as we get to them. The fact that we are pulling a card out of thin air into the game that we can not only utilize when it's in play, but have it removed from play and bring it back if we want. Very cool. So the Brushstroke brings in the Artist. The Artist is 2 mana, a 0/1. You don't have to pay that mana initially, as it just, you know, comes right into play through the Conjure. But if it is removed and you have the choice to replay it or recast it, you will have to pay for that mana. Whenever it or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This is going to really help that chip damage out. It's non-legendary, so we can stack it, right? We can have multiple copies of the Brushstroke and the Blood Artist in play. We basically just want the Blood Artist. However, if you are stacking the Brushstrokes, it becomes pretty deadly as well, because whenever you sacrifice a blood token, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So say you have 3 of these down, now each blood token is dealing 3 damage and gaining you 3 life. That's insane, right? So you get the Blood Artist death damage first, and then later on, you know, just drain that mana into the blood tokens to deal even more damage. This works alongside the Meat Hook Massacre for 2+X legendary enchantment. Whenever it enters the battlefield, each creature gets -X until the end of turn. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, and whenever a creature an opponent controlled dies, you will gain 1 life, right? So this is going to help out with that chip damage. We have more chip damage in the deck through Lithoform Blight. 2 copies of this for 2 mana, another enchantment. When it enters Enchanted Land loses all types and abilities. Put it on the creature lands or one of their dual lands. They can still tap it for a generic, or they can pay 1 life, the chip damage, to add a mana of any color, which they'll probably need to do to, you know, operate their deck effectively. We also have 2 copies of the Curse of Leeches for 3 enchant player, and as this permanent transforms into Curse of Leeches, attach it to a player. Whenever the enchanted player has their upkeep, they'll lose 1 life. You'll gain 1 life. Amazing. And then Nightbound, you get a 4/4 with lifelink, which is fairly good as well. So looking at all of the different sources of chip damage, we can see that it is fairly consistent and the main cornerstone of the deck. However, we're building on top of Hallowed Haunting to begin with, an enchantment for 4, and as long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a white Spirit Cleric creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of spirits you control. This is incredible because all of our chip damage, the Brushstroke, the Hook, the Blight, and the Curse are all enchantments, which will make creatures, in turn, when they die, doing more damage through the hook and the brushstroke. Absolutely incredible feedback loop. We have the Wedding Announcement, which can create 3 potentially 1/1 tokens, and then once it transforms, it will push up all of our tokens, in which we have a lot of, which is quite cool. Felidar Retreat makes tokens as well, both the Announcement and Retreat enchantments on top of the Haunting to make those spirits. Plus, they're making their own tokens. Whenever you play a land, create a 2/2 cat, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature and give them vigilance, which, maybe to get lethal, right? So, that's kind of what we have going on there. Removal through Borrowed Time, also an enchantment on, permanent, which is nice. You can take anything with this and, make that spirit out of it as well. And where things get really spicy is the Faithful Disciple. 2/2 vigilance. When it dies, draft a card from the spell book. We've seen Conjure, and now we're seeing Draft. Anointed Procession is the first card I go for. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many tokens instead. Cool. Then we have Cathar's Crusade, also fairly good for 5, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Absolutely insane, especially if you can combo some of these up together. We have Authority of Councils, not the greatest. Empty Throne, who cares? All That Glitters is great, but it's not the best. Removal through Banishing Light. And then we get to the spicy stuff. Divine Visitation for 5. If 1 or more creatures, tokens would be created under your control, create that many 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance instead. Wow. So we can be creating, to begin with, and we can give double strike too. That's an option. All of these are enchantments. Glorious Anthem, pushing our creatures up as an enchantment as well, triggering all of our goodies. But the Cleric class is good too. Everything here is just so good. But the Anointed Procession, the double tokens is amazing because we have the hook, we have the Blood Artist, and we're making tokens organically. So the Anointed Procession is a must-have. Cathar's Crusade, maybe our 3rd pick, and then 2nd pick would be Divine Visitation, 4th pick, Duelist Heritage. But, you're going to find your way through the Disciple. They're all enchantments, so they all trigger the Haunting, and, you can really go crazy with it. And we did just that in today's video. You guys are going to absolutely love it. Before we get there, though, we do have the Sanctum and the Pathways as lands. We don't have the creature lands because we're just creating so many tokens. You could potentially run Field of Ruin, but again, we have Lithoform Blight to silence their creature lands, so I don't think you need it. Let's stick with the consistency of the colors instead. Of course, this is an Alchemy Best of 1 deck with a 3.1 average mana value. 6 creatures to our 30 non-creatures, 24 lands in the build. Whew. With this all over the way, I hope you guys enjoy the deck. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Enjoy also the gameplay footage, and we'll wrap up with our final thoughts after. Going first, the hand is underwhelming, but we do have a 2-drop and our choice of 3 drops. I'll probably go with Curse before Catilda. And I twitch. It's annoying, and I hate it. Let's lock down the land, draw a card. They can still utilize it as a land, but they'll lose 1 life whenever they want to tap it as a colored source. Which isn't really bad if it's a, a monocolored deck. It can be just a generic colorless mana without having to pay life. So they have to pay life for that Twitch. We don't mind that. Let's curse them as well. So we're just dealing some decent chip damage to open up the game. They foretell a Doomscar. We get the flip because they don't cast. We hit for 4, which is incredible damage. Land out, retreat in play. This match is looking to be over before it's even begun. They foretell a Reaper into play. Nice flyers. Hit for 2. No double cast. That's fine. Creature. Artist. No attacks, end turn. They're going to block it and just take the learn, and then that learn fixes their land issue. So we don't want to give them an environmental sciences. We would rather have them scoop. Hit for 2, we don't care. They do have the land. Feels pretty bad. Let's toss a land for the draw. They're down to 12. That's a great draw here. Oh my lord. Hollowed Haunting. No attacks. They're grabbing more lands. Sparring Regiment out, which is good. That will help. They'll always have a defender, especially if it's this Reaper. They get to learn as well for sciences, so the pace is starting to pick up. Let's do another brushstroke. Let's toss a Catilda. And then we can equip it to a creature next turn. We get the land, which is great. Are we just swinging in? Do we just push up or just keep making cats because we have double Blood Artist? No attacks, we're chilling. They need to exile the field. They can't destroy the field. Which is possible. Here's a Sciences, they're up to 12 life. We will equip to a Blood Artist. You know, that Blood Artist is going to be like a 6-7 or 7-8, I think, actually. Maybe even a 8-9 because of Hallowed Haunting makes another spirit. Sparring Regiment is good. I mean, taking some damage here. The Death Touch is what's most annoying. So they double cast, so we get the curse back on them. Let's take their Death Touch away. And then at a certain point, let's just go for it. We have the Blood Artist, so, you know, this will be 2 damage, 2 life gained with the trade on the binder. Oh my gosh, and then an additional 6 through the Eye Twitch. Wow, I think this might just be lethal, no? So close. 8, 9, 10. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Those Blood Artists are nasty, yo. And of course we do an additional chip damage through the Curse of Leeches. We're going to make another Vampire. Actually, we won't because we attacked with more than 2 creatures, so we'll draw a card. But that's that. And their early game stumble was enough for us to get a late game advantage. Another recording here. Going first with a Disciple is probably good. I just hope we draw lands across the board. Land after land after land. There it is. We will need a second black source. Turn 3 and Catilda could be good. Hold the announcement, question mark? We get the land too. Let's hit for 2, pull their mana. Nothing. Catilda's out. Didn't look like there was any instant speed hold up there. Priest of Ancient Lore. Gain 1 life, draw a card. Decent. Announcements out. Pushes up Catilda. We swing for 4. They block the Disciple. We draft from the spellbook. Anointed Procession. Divine Visitation. Potentially even Cathar's Crusade. I mean, it's not the best, but it's good enough. We get the draw through the Wedding announcement as we attacked with 2. Wow, they leave Catilda, take the announcement. This is an interesting bank. Let's toss the announcement. Hit for 2. I think we'll probably get meat hooked here. I'm a little worried. I should play my meat hook first, just to nullify theirs. Not really nullify, but mitigate is probably a better way to think of that. Cool sleeves, no hook. Let's push Catilda up to 3. Swing with 2, double draw. Decent. Looking for a land here. We don't get it. They tapped a land to come out, but you know, you do need the 3 to pay plus the 1, and this Sanctum is not a snow land, so they only have 3, whereas they would need 4. We're not really having luck on our land, but we have enough to kind of make this work. Winning a match with a wedding announcement, or 3. That's how good of a card it is. You know, some cards you don't want to see 3 copies of, but then there's other cards where you get 3 copies of it and you're just like, oh yeah, this is going to be just dirty, dirty, dirty stuff. Cathar's Crusade in play. I only attack with the one that gets through. I don't need the draw. We have a full hand. I'd rather the tokens. And then we put counters on everything. Oh my god. Please send help. Let me move myself over a little bit so you can see the Cathars there. They wiped the field. That's going to be a huge help. Well, somewhat. A bit of a help. Let's push up our Catilda again. And, yeah, that's going to be scoopsies because we can play the meat hook for 0. She goes to 10. We hit for lethal. Easy peasy. Opponent goes first. I mean, we've got a 2-drop. There's a 3-drop. There's our 4th land as well. So maybe a Doomscar. Our meat hook. We have borrowed time as well. Hollowed Haunting is nice. Just kind of engineering my draws. Doomscar is going to be the one. This will block the Naturalist, which is very good, unless they Frostbite it. Blizzard Brawl it. Let's get Wedding Announcement out. Then Haunting, then Retreat. Okay, so there is the Frostbite. Crusade is so expensive, but if you can get it to pop, it's so good. They still have 3 mana. The Hound. Tamer. It has Trample, which sucks, but it's, you know, we're still going to block 2 damage. I want to maybe take something better with Borrowed Time, and I certainly would like to play it on top of the Haunting. Just getting as many creatures out to slow down, you know, their attacks. Right, let's stop 2 damage. They put the counter in. We get hit for 4. Fairly good. Oh, it's nighttime. They didn't cast. That sucks. I think we just die. Right? With no field wipe here. It's looking pretty grim. 9 damage. Probably 10 damage at least. They're looking... close that gap. I'm sure they could. No blocks. They both have trample. There's the counter. Hit for 10, down to 4. We need a Doomscar off the top. That is not it. Okay, so we retreat, make a token, land, make a token, or we wedding announcements, make 2 tokens, disciple, make a 3rd. Oh no, we don't have, dang, sucks. We borrow time, the Untamed Pup. I hope. If they have a snakeskin, they win. No, okay. Land and play. Disciple doesn't do anything. And we're pretty vulnerable here. No attacks. And then we get another token. Plus our tokens get pushed up to 2/2s. It's not that bad. Another Frostbite. Cool, 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 cool. Hopefully they don't have a Stormseeker. Something with haste would be really bad. Oh! Cleric class. We want to be gaining life. That was a double cast, so they're back today, which is good. Hacksong Pup is acceptable. Elysian character is okay as well. Pup goes to 2. No attack. Retreat out. Cleric class out. Land. And this is feeling a little bit better. No attacks, just chilling. They have 20 lives, so they could just take it. And then we have, you know, lesser of a defensive position. Let's get this Cathar's Crusade out. No attacks. We want to land so we can give the everything Vigilance. Or, you know, our 7th enchantment. This is good. This is really good. They get to draw 3 cards here. Decent, decent. Land and play. Oh, the Stormseeker, and it's nighttime. You dog. That is so good. We have, you know, 25 defensive points, though. That's going to be enough to kind of shut this down. And a Blizzard Brawl. You are a dog. Woof, baby. Nice. And they have Indestructible here. So we have to assign blockers. This sucks. Wow, this is not good. That's not attacking. If we kill the... Like, these will drop, right? So we should be killing the Pup, the Lord, the Charger survives. We lose 3 tokens without a meat hook in play. And then this one as well. So we're basically screwed. Unless we have something magical! Woo! Alright. All right. We're still open if they have another Stormseeker. That's not great. We're almost dead. Helena and Alina? No way. Retreat out. Right? Yes. Land in play. Kitty Cat number 1, Kitty Cat number 2, and we have the Cathar's Crusade in play. Oh, sign me up. Sign me up, baby. Whew. They almost got us. We have Vigilance now as well. A little bit of a token army here. Where's our painter, right? Where's the Blood Artist? And where's the Meat Hook? That's what I want to know. Ah, Frostbite, dealing 3 damage. We've kind of outpaced a lot of that. Catilda in play as a 12/12, pushes everything up. Let's push this up as well. All attack, good game. We have Flying and Vigilance. They only have Reach on 1. We're still hitting. Turn up! Holy Toledos. That was a good match. On the draw, we have Haunting. We have Curse of Leeches, we have Wedding Announcements, and a potential turn 2 Disciple, if we can draw land. No. Untapped off the top. No. Okay, this could be a quick match for us. This is definitely less than ideal. If we draw our 3rd and 4th land, though, it's fine. Yes. Let's do Curse first, because they can't remove it. Well, they can, but not as easily. Day-night cycle's begun. And the Curse of Leeches just nullifies the eye twitch, which is great. The 2nd twitch. Okay. So I assume there's going to be a Loath in the deck, Blood in the Snow, lots of really annoying things. So we want to get that Blood Hook out. Blood Hook, Meat Hook out, just as soon as possible. Haunting in play. Dealing 1 damage. Trading places. They're at 18, we're at 19 now. They have that 5, so Loath is going to hit. And make the spiders, which is terrible. We take Loath out of play. We make 1 blocker. Oh, they kill their own twitches. Now, this is an interesting bank. They want to science this turn. Huh. I would have played it for 0, kept the twitches swinging. Personally, I assume they must have Blood on the Snow in hand as well. Because they're kind of like going crazy with that first wipe. Brushstroke and our Disciple. It'll be 3 creatures put into play. Oh, that's not good. What do they have in hand to perpetually give the +2? Do they? That means they must have creatures in hand, correct? Or in deck, at least, right? I guess it would be good just to push up the Twitch. You have a 3/1 Twitch. That's fairly decent, right? You have a 6/1 Twitch. Anointed Procession. Divine Visitation will be okay. I guess it's fine. I guess it's okay. We'll allow it. No attacks, we're chilling. Just dealing this chip damage as always is really nice. Mascot is good, but like whatever, who cares? I'm making angels, bro. So this creates not only one angel, but 2 angels. And this will create another. Not to mention the increased chip damage, which is cool. No attacks. Oh, here's another angel. And now here's 2 damage. It's a good deck. It's a deck I've been having a ton of fun with. They're gonna do something I hate. I don't want to lose the witches. Or the angels. Like, we gotta force them into... They should have meat hooked first or after. Do they have another? I guess they could wipe them. And maybe we should have blocked a little bit more aggressively, but... I want to force them to clean the field. Because we're hitting for 12 here, 14 through the curse, and then we have the blood token as well. Take the hook. Take the twitch. We hit for 12. I end my turn. We make a... Oh no, we draw a card, sorry, because we attacked with more than 2, and then here's that 2 chip damage. We have our own hook in play to win the game. Casual 5/4/4. Angels out. We can block that. I'm okay with this. If it's a meat hook, it slays the team anyways. They do get to draft. I don't think it wins them the game, though, and I'm pretty sure we just smash for lethal. Oh, nice! That was a drafted card as well. That was a straight-up drafted card. We can kill them here with the blood token. That does 1. The angel hits for 4. And also the curses will hit for an additional 2 as well. Yes!
This is a fun idea.
Holy Toledos! This deck is absolutely nasty. Mentioning these new mechanics a few times throughout the video. Draft is silly. We're bringing cards that should not exist within Standard or the Alchemy pool into it. They are busted. They were not balanced properly, as we see within Faithful Disciples, Anointed Procession, Divine Visitation, Cathar's Brutality, or whatever it happened to be. It's good. It's absolutely amazing, and really liking not only the draft, but the Seek as well. Conjure through the brushstroke. Absolutely amazing. No Seek in the build, and then also Perpetuate is another one within the format. And I think all 4 of these new digital mechanics are absolutely bonkers. It'd be one of the primary things I try to build or include a deck in a deck while I'm playing Alchemy. Just if you guys are building your own deck, stuff like that, kind of start there and or at least finish there, come back to it and be like, okay, so now how can I sprinkle these into my deck, stuff like this. So let me know what you think of the deck in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a magical day. Appreciate you. Like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll see you soon in the next.